What is up, guys? This is Anthony, and today we are going to be talking about Project Nimbus Code Mirai. Now, I had a bit of, I guess, a realization with this game, but we'll get to what I'm talking about a little bit later. Let's just jump right into this one. And we'll start with the easiest thing for me to talk about, and that's how it looks. I really do like how the character models, the frames, we'll call them frames for now because I don't want to call them Gundams. They look pretty nice. They don't look terrible. They look very... I don't know how to explain this, but the Unreal Engine has a way of making a game look. It's like mildly blurry and just kind of... It just makes colors pop, and it gives things a nice little blur effect when it's used nicely. And I think it's very colorful. It's very vibrant, and I think that the frames look just fine. If I had any gripe about how it looks, I would say the backgrounds look completely lifeless. I guess some of it's supposed to give you some sense of scale, but some backgrounds just look not that great. Some other ones look fine for what it's supposed to do, and some of them is just the sky, so I guess how can you make the sky look? But still, a lot of them just come out looking bland, and just no. But that's a small gripe as far as the background is concerned, because you won't get, I guess, mortified by the backgrounds too often. And as far as graphics, graphics are fine. The story, it can really just be boiled down to stop the terrorists. You play as 3 different organizations, and you will switch through the frames between them, and the entire plot is stop the terrorist. But of course there's more to it than that, but I don't want to talk too deeply into it because I feel like the story takes such a backseat. I mean, it's there, it gives you a reason to do the thing, but it's really just a typical stop the terrorist story. So it's serviceable. It's a serviceable story with characters that don't really matter as much as they want you to believe they do, because you're really just here to play as giant mechs, and that's really what we're here for. Not some grand story. This isn't some Gundam game. This is a giant robot game. Okay, moving on. Now, here's where things got really complex for me. The control scheme. At first, I was ready to just call it like bad, slippery, and all this stuff. But then I came to find out that this is a PC port, I believe. Now, more often than not, I really don't care if it's a PC port. But then I went and played this on PC, and it controls so much better than it does on a controller, because the controller is so much more imprecise. And I know this is getting into PC master race talk here, but you gotta give it credit. It controls pretty well on PC, and I wish it controlled like this on the controller, because oh my goodness, I had such a hard time playing this game because it felt slippery, it felt imprecise. A lot of the things you're supposed to do, like send out flares if you're getting shot by missiles, which happens a lot, mind you. So that's an important skill to have. Didn't work. Shooting missiles barely worked. Things didn't work the way it should have. And yeah, it was fine that I was still getting through the matches because I had the game on normal, and I guess you don't get hurt as much as if you put it on hard. But then I was so confident in the PC version, I played it on hard, and yeah, it was challenging, but I didn't feel as though the controls were fighting me. So for the PS4 version, the controls just don't feel as good at all. Like, it's night and day. I could take it if it was like a little bit, like if it were like a shooter where it's imprecision because, you know, that's just how it's designed. But this is imprecision because these controls are not optimized. This isn't by design. This is just like, all right, we're just gonna port it. We're just gonna put this to button map that blah blah blah, and that's really disappointing because when this game plays well, I feel so much better about it. This game, when it plays the way it's supposed to, it's really fun. It's not the greatest, but it's fun, and I like it on PC. But that's enough about the controls. I think I've harped on them enough. I think you get the point. And we'll round this out with music. I gotta tell you, I don't remember a single track. And this isn't just because of iffy memory or anything like that. I really tried to just think of a moment where the music was like, oh my god, I cannot remember a single track. I think at some points I even put on my music because it's just not there. The music is, yeah. Voice acting, whew. It ranges from alright to completely cheesy, and take that for what you will, because I laughed. More often than not, I was laughing at the voice acting because it was just so painfully cheesy. Like, we're talking an Asian doctor voiced clearly not by an Asian person, kind of cheesy. But I found it pretty funny. You all may not, because this voice acting can get pretty bad. It can get just oof. But other times it's again serviceable. I would suggest you put it on the Japanese setting because it does give you the option. Then it makes you feel like you're playing an anime, and you know, everybody likes to know they're playing an anime, I guess, if they have the option. So, grading. This is hard because I'm really trying not to think of the PC version when I grade this one. I kind of feel like, to its fairness to the PS4 version, I shouldn't have played the PC version, but I did, and it weighs on me because the PC version is so good. And this one is, this one's disappointing. So I would say that if you had the option, go play the PC version. The PS4 version isn't completely terrible. It's just not as good. I really wish they had done something to these controls. Maybe they can patch it later or something, but as it stands right now, those controls hold this game back on the PS4 version. So, man, this is still hard to just grade it. If I had to, I would give it a B-, because there's a good game there. It's just that the controls hold it back. I mean, that's really about it. I mean, I'm not going to harp on the story because the story, even the game, doesn't seem to take it that seriously. The voice acting is... oh, that voice acting is still great. It makes me happy. The look isn't too distracting that you'll think, oh, this is an ugly game. It's not that bad. The giant robots look good. The blur effect isn't too terrible. And it's colorful, so it's not too just drab. It's not another one of these brown shooters out there. So I do think you should give this game a chance, but if you have to do it, and if you have the option, do it on PC until they either do something about the controls, or if they don't, then just try it on the PC. Do try it, but PS4 version is, yeah. Alright, this is Anthony, and I will